Okay, so sorry for the interruption because there was a light problem, and I was talking about the string operator. The plus is the operator we generally use to add the to a string. Even you are keeping number like 1 2 3 plus 3 4 5. Mind it, this is a string because you are keeping in the quotation mark. So the output, if you display, then it will give you, this is the answer, 1 2 3 3 4 5. It is not going to add. Of course 5 plus 6 will be 11, because this plus operator used as an arithmetic operator, both are the integer value. The moment you keep in again single quotes, it will give you 5 6, not as 11 output. Why? Because now it is treated as a string. So a string can be added simply within single quotes. You can put the first string plus operator, then the second string. If you want a space between the again two concatenation, then you can use the same 1 2 3 in the quotes, plus, then a space, then plus, then 3 4 5. Now your output will be 1 2 3 and then 3 4 5. There is a space, as you can see. Reason I included the space. So this is how the plus arithmetic operator works with the string. Now second is your asterisk, that is star or multiplication symbol or operator. This is a star which is there in 8, numerical key 8. With shift key we have to use, and if I'll say high as a string and then a star 3, your output will be high, high and high. So this is how output again of the string will be generated once you use the star, that is multiplication operator. These two operator we use again to operate the string. There are other operators also. This 2 must be very clear. The plus to just again concat to add the to string. Maybe example, the first name and last name you want to display together, and you have a two variable. One is a first name, one is a last name. Simply you can say print first name plus last name. It will add. Or maybe sometime the two other things you want to concat, you can do it. So this is what the string operators and star and plus. Now slicing is there, and then we have a functions or methods. Now slicing means just extracting a part of a string. You must have a mango. You must have eaten mango. Every of you must have eaten in your life many times the mango. And before again eating, you must have different slices of the mango. Or in your family, your mother must be again divided into 3 parts. Both sides are the flappy part where you have a lot of again material to eat, and the middle part of course is not that way again flappy or have a lot of things to eat, but there are 3 slices of it. So once I have a string and I want to take some part from it, that is what a string slices. So you can take some of the part, you can extract any part from the string. That is how a string slices is. Let's see how slices works and what do you mean by string slices. Let me to rub this. Now in case of string slices, take an example. I have a name equal to Mukesh is a name that I have written. So this is what the spell is, M-U-K-E-S-H, Mukesh. Now I want only the 2 character of Mukesh, or I want the last 2 character of the Mukesh, or I want only K. As you all know, M is at 0, U is at 1, K is at 2, E is at 3rd, S is at 4, and H is at 5. 0 to 5, that is 6 characters, or 6 is the length of this Mukesh word as in a string. Okay. Now, if you want to see, or if you'll say in Python name of 1 colon 3. Now this is what we use for slicing. Here the first is a starting index and the second is the ending index. I mentioned the 1, that is a U. So it will give me U and followed by till third. Third means it will work till second character. So it will give you output U and K. U and K, as you can see, 1 and 2, because third is the last index, third minus 1 is 2, it will work from 1 to 2. If I'll say name of simple 0, 4, it will give me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 characters, and output will be M, U, K and E, because 4 means third. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So M, U, K, E, M, U, K, E, and this is output you will get. It will simply say name and then 2. It means 2 character, first 2 character it will give you. This is MU will be the output. If you say name and then in bracket 3 : it means it will start from the third and it will give you till last. So you have a E, S, H as an output. So this is what the slicing is. In slicing, we can take any part of, this is in left to right direction. If you want the negative way, as you all know, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Now, if someone will say name of with the print command, name of -1, or simply say -6 : -2. So it will start from -6 and then -5, -4, -3, and this is a -2. So this is what output will be. -6 to -2, this is a starting one and this is ending one. So it will give you the last again MU, K, E and then S. This is what the answer will be. -6 to -2. And if you want the reverse direction, slicing, you want a reverse way, you can simply say name and : -1. This syntax ::-1 means it will start from the -1 and it will reach to the last, because you haven't mentioned till what it will work. So it will give you reverse again answer, that is HSEKUM. This is what Mukesh in the reverse order. So slicing means extracting the part of it. For this you will use the print command, and with the print command you will use the variable name, and in the mid bracket you will mention the index. Index is very vital to understand here. 0 is the first and the last character having the last index. Whatever you are mentioning, you have to understand the starting and ending index. Ending means 1 minus it will show you. That is what it is. Is it clear? Slicing, string slices, and this way you can find out the slices of any string. Then string functions and methods. Of course there are many methods and functions that help us to manipulate the string. For example, if someone in operators you can remember 2 more operators plus and a star you have seen. You can have a in and not in. This is also the operator in a string. If I'll say y in May is another string, answer will be true. It will give it true. If I'll say y in suppose Jan, now there is no y, so answer will be false. So in is an operator which help us to know the ability of that character in that string or not. As you can see, y is present in the May, that's why the answer is true, and y is not in this, that's why it's a false. Just not in, you can also check y not in is an operator and Jan. Now answer is true because y is not there and we are checking for the not in. So in and not in plus and a star, these are the 4 operators that generally help us to manipulate the string. Slicing part must be clear. Now come to the string functions and methods. We have some set of functions. Now let me to have all the functions again discuss with you. Now in case of comparison operator, This was arithmetic operator. In case of comparison operator, you can also use equal to sign, that is just to check the equality, like A equal to A. What Python will reply, or what Python will give you? You can easily understand capital A is never equivalent to the small a, because both have got a different ASCII value. So equal to is just again compare for equality, or both side left and right side should be equal, and here it is not the case, so it will give you false. You may say A greater than A. As you can understand, this A value is 65, this is 92, so this is not the case. 65 is not greater than 92, so it will give you false. You can use the less than operator, you can greater than, you can use equal to, you can say not equal to. These all operators, relational operator, can be used just like the arithmetic operators, or just like with the numbers, you can use it. As I had shown you already, equal to operator and greater than operator. If the string have, for example, A, B, C and D, and then you can say greater than A, B, C and D. Mind it, in this case the both strings have the same alphabets, but differences is here all are in a small, and here D is again capital. Now this D, it will check the A, it's a equal, it will go to the B, again it's equal, it will go to third character, that is C, again it's equal, but only comparison will be here, D and D, and since the value of D is greater than this D, that's why answer is true. So this is how a string compare, and this is how the relational operator work with a string. Arithmetic operator plus and a star and in and not in, you have already seen. Now let's come to the different functions of the string. Now first function of the string is len, and as I already shown you, the len is a function that will help you to find out the length of any string. Anyone want to find out the length of any string, simply you can use len and then either the string, for example skpps, it will give me, if I am using the print command, print len and then close the bracket, because here I started and here two times I have to close, and it will give you this length of this, and how much it is 5. So length of the skpps is this. You may use like this, print and the len, or under bracket you can say a variable name where you stored something, like name equal to, suppose Pankaj is a name, and if I am using name, NAME, in this case it will give me the length of the Pankaj, and that is 6. That is how you can use len as a function of a string to find out the length of any string. Now capitalize, simply a string dot capitalize will give you the first alphabets of each character. For example, suppose I have written India is great, or suppose I love India. I love India. This is a string I jotted down somewhere, and I want to convert it, and if suppose s is a variable where I stored, then I can say s dot capitalize. Now this capitalize method of the string simply convert the things into the S dot capitalize means each alphabets, the first alphabets of this string will be capitalized. So it will give you the output I love, and I is already again capital India. So what you've seen, L converted in capital, I converted in capital, and first I is also converted. That is how the capitalize is function is. Count, simply count the number of again alphabets. So simply you can use the count method. For example, if I want to count the number of characters, I can say s dot count. Now s dot count will count the number of characters you have. So what are the number of again? Including the space, mind it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 will be the answer. Here you'll get the 12. That is how the count is. The find methods simply find a string in a string. So in this case, you have to understand this thing, and it will give you the where it is. For example, there is S1 equal to A, and there is S2 equal to apple. Now if I'll say S1 S2 dot find under bracket S1, as you all can understand, in S2 there is A, so it will give me 0. Where the first occurrence of that alphabet is there in the second string, it will give you the position of it. And in apple, A exists at the 0 position, so it will give you 0 answer. I hope must be again clear. S1 and S2 to a string. I'm finding a string in a string. In apple, I want to find out A. So my syntax will be S2 dot find under bracket S1, and it will give me 0. Why? Because A existence in the apple is at 0th position. That is how the find function works. Now let's come to the next function, index. Index of anything you can know. It will give you the index of any, again, like alphabets. Index you all came to know. In a string, index is the individual element position in a string. Here in Mukesh, M is at 0, U is at first, K is at second, E is at third. So you can find out the index of any, again, like alphabets in a string. For example, if you want to find out the index of, suppose any string you can take, or dot, the syntax is a string dot index, and where you want to find out the index and which index you want to find out. For example, here S2 dot index. S2 dot index. S2 is a string, dot index, and then under bracket you can say S1. If you are not mentioning any position from where you want to find out the index, then it will simply again find out what the index position of the S2, and it is 0. So index method will find out the index position of a particular element in a string. In previous case, once you used a for loop, you have seen the I having the index of the each alphabets. So in S2, I want to find out the index of S1. S1 is A, and S2 is apple. In apple, the index of A is 0, and that is how index method works. So index simply again give you the index position of a particular element. If you want to find out simply any string is alphanumerical or not. Alphanumerical means the string is a combination of number and text, or simply you can say text also. If suppose I written Mukesh and I want to find out the Mukesh is alphanumerical or not, so I can simply say a string 1 dot or S1 dot is alpha. This method is alpha is ALNUM, alpha numerical, mind it, ALNUM. Now how it will work? Simply you can say S2 dot is just a minute. Just wait. Let me to rub. Otherwise you may confuse. Now the function that we are talking is ALNUM. This is a short form is ALNUM. Now this method purpose is to identify a string is alphanumerical or not. For example, name I written Mukesh, so I can say name dot is ALNUM. If I simply again run with the print command, it will give me true, since it's a alphanumerical. Anything which is a combination of alphabets and numbers are considered as alphanumerical. Simply it may have a combination of alphabets and number both. If you want to check only alpha, so there is another method is alpha. So another method is alpha. Now this alpha method simply will check for the alphabets. So if s2 dot is alpha num, will give me true once each character of this string is alphabets only. Here the combination may be 1, 2, 3, Ram. This is what alphanumerical example. And next is digit. To check anything in a string, if all the characters are digit, so you have a s2 dot is digit. Now this method will confirm you every alphabets of this string are numbers. It will give you true once it is the all digits are number. So to check the contents of a string, each alphabets are the number, you can use the each digit. Each lower simply will check the contents of a string is a lower or not. It will give you true if the string is in lower. For example, I say n1 equal to Ram. I stored in Python, and now I want to check is lower. So I can say simply n1 dot is lower. Now if you can use with the if method, it will give you simply, or simply at the command prompt or your interactive mode, if you use this, it will give you yes true. Why? Because this Ram is in lowercase. So each lower method will let you know each alphabets of a string are in lowercase or not. And likewise we have a space method, simply check the string for a space. Is upper method will simply check a string for the uppercase, and lower method simply convert the string into the lowercase. And if you want to see this all, so you can simply say n1 dot lower. We'll convert the thing into the lower, and rest other functions I hope is lower is just again to check for, and to convert it we have a lower method. Upper method simply will convert the thing into the upper. Now there are three methods. We have L strip, R strip, and a strip. L strip, L strip, R strip, R strip, and simply a strip. These are methods to cut something from the left side or from the right side or from the both side. A strip method simply a strip from the both, L strip from the left side and R strip from the right side. So if I want a string, I want to cut the two alphabets from the left side, I'll use the L strip. If I want to cut the two alphabets from the right side, I'll use the R strip. And if I want to again cut the spaces from the both side, I can use the strip method of the string class. Then we have there is a method called start with and end with. Now if a string A, B, C, D dot start with, and then if you are saying suppose D, it will give you false because this string is not starting the D. To start with, and simply we can say end with. This method will check for the alphabets at the end. So if I'll use A, B, C, and A. Now, is this a string is ending with A? Yes. So this will give you true. This is how a start with and end with functions are. Check for the existence of a particular character at the starting and ending position. There is a method called title, T-I-T-L-E, title method. This method simply again converts any strings in the title case. So suppose you have a computer science. So you just write computer and then science. This you have written and it's a string, and dot if you are saying title, open close bracket, it will convert like C capital and the signs S capital. So this is what title case is. Converting the each alphabets of the string as a capital, this is what title case is. This is there in the word also. You must be knowing what is the title case. Is title method will let you know true or false. If depends on the string ability. If the string is already in the each alphabets of the every word is capital, it will give you true. If the each alphabets of the each word is not capital, it will give you false. That is title. Replace method simply replace the things of a string with something else. So suppose I want to replace A, B, C, D is a string of mine, dot replace, and inside the bracket you are saying A, then comma you are saying B. What it will do? In this string ABCD, you are trying to replace the alphabets A with the B. So your output will be B, B, C, D. This is what the replace method is. So replacing a character with something else. Join method, simply join the things with something else. Now this join is somehow for decoration sake you can use join. Join is a method. Now if I want to join a particular things with some string, then it will join that. For example, suppose a star sign you want to join, so star dot join, and then in which string you want to join, say hi. If you are using this method, your output will be H star I and then a star. This is what the output will be. So after each alphabet it will again just add the star since you joined that. And then we have a split methods. A split method simply split the string into the different parts. For example, if I wrote I love India, it will give me I separate, love separate, India separate, which was a one string early. Now it will give you three string. So what you have to do, simply you have to use a string name dot split method, and this split method is, if you are using without anything, it will give you that three string, but the output will be in this form. I, then you have a love as a second element and third India. So this will be output if I'll use the split method. If you want a space between it, you can put the quotes in this bracket. It will just simply again segregate the three string with the space. Now one more method is there with the string partition. Partition is one method, P-A-R-T-I-T-I-O-N, partition. Now this partition method will divide any string from the word that you mention. It means if suppose a string having my name is a string, and you said dot partition, and under bracket you said name, it means my will be separate and name will be a one string. This is what the output will be if you separate it, partition it. That is what the partition method is. That's all. If I'll recap the all functions, len function, I hope it's very clear. Find out the length of a string that you all know. Capitalize method, just simply the first character of a all string, the first characters of the string will be capital, rest other will be the small. And count method simply count the occurrence of a particular characters in that string. Find method simply find a string and it will give you the index position or first index position of that string, alphabets in that string. Then if you'll index, simply give you the index position of it. Is AL_num alphanumerical, it will give you the true once the string is a combination of alphanumerical data, means alphabets and number both. Is digit simply give you true once each element of the string is a number. Each lower simply will check the occurrence of the character in a lowercase. If all are in lowercase, it will give you true. Is a space, if there is a space between the string, it will give you true. And is upper method will simply again let you know if the string's alphabets are or a string contents are in uppercase true. Lower simply convert into the lower, upper simply convert into upper. And strips, it return a copy of the string with leading white space removed. So mind it, leading white space means initially if there is a space, it will simply remove, that is L space. R strip from the right side of space will be, and strips will remove the leading and trailing both space. Start with will give you true if any string is starting with a particular alphabets or a string that you mention in the start with. And end with method will return true if the strings is ending with that alphabets that you are using with the end with. And the title simply converts the strings each word first alphabets as capital. And is title will let you know is there, then true, otherwise false. Replace method takes two parameters, what old value you want to replace with what value of a particular string. So a string dot replace under bracket first alphabets, comma second alphabet, the first alphabet replaced by the second in that string. And join simply join the two string, or maybe just again any character like the plus sign is supposed to be joined. As we mentioned, join. If you want to again just join anything between it as a decoration, so for example name equal to Ram, this is a string, and I said minus sign dot join, and in bracket I said name. So my this Ram having the minus sign after each alphabet, so output will be R, then hyphen, then A, then hyphen, and then M. This is what joining or join method does of a string class. And then we have a split method. It's simply a split the string or a characters and return a list containing a split string as a member. And partition simply partition the string from the particular word that you mention with the partition method. And this was the overall this chapter 10 of string manipulation. And kindly go through this all concept starting the introductions until all the functions of the string, and if there is any query you can write in the comments of this video. Thank you all.